All right, so you're balling on a budget. You really are looking for more leg machines in your home gym. Well, could this HVO fitness hip abductor adduction machine be right for you guys in your home gym? Well, let's see and find out. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, guys, so in today's video, we're going to cover the HVO Fitness Abductor Adductor Machine. Yeah, tongue-tied. English teacher here, tongue-tied. What are you doing, bro? Come on. So, really excited to cover something like this. I have, honestly, before HVO hit me up, it's like, hey, Luke, we have a budget-friendly piece we want you to review. I have literally not done this movement in probably more than 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. It's been a long time. And what I really like about this machine, as I get older, my hips are extremely tight. How I'm kneeling right now, I guarantee I stand up and I'm gonna feel it here, and the sides. So a machine like this can really target your inner and outer, your thighs, your hips, to work on, maybe as you're getting older, mobility and strength in those areas. Covering this machine, guys, first of all, HVO Fitness. Now, this is just a brand through Amazon, and I noticed I've seen this on like Walmart and other sites, but this will be linked in the description through Amazon. So if you guys do feel like this video is helpful, I will have that in the description. And your boy, yeah, it's for you guys, helped your boy get a small kickback. And I appreciate the support out there. If you guys do feel like this could be a right fit for you guys in the home gym. Really simple setup. This right here has a 360-degree swivel, so you can obviously work your inner and outer thighs doing abductor and adduction movement. What's honestly nice about this is the frame. It's pretty well designed for a budget-friendly piece. They say on their website, well, they say on Amazon, it is built commercial grade, 16 gauge steel. Don't think it's commercial grade. That is extremely budget. But here's the thing. I've done a lot of these plate-loaded budget machines. In my personal experience, I tell a lot of people this when we talk about equipment, is as a school teacher, if I was not this YouTube dude, I would never spend a ton of money on standalone machines if I even had the space. Because I know I'm not gonna use it all the time, so I don't need a commercial grade hip abductor, adductor machine in my gym. I just don't. It seems ridiculous unless I have like 20,000 square foot and I'm training 50 people. But mainly just me, a lot of people out there, just you, something like this could make sense. So with this 360-degree swivel, you have this foot pedal here, which is nice. You know, I'm 6 foot, so I have plenty of length if you want to put your foot on the first or second option right here. And then what's nice too, this has 6 different angles. So when I try to get on this, your boy's not getting the 6. You know, shout out to anyone out there who is gymnastics or just extremely flexible, because I felt like I was gonna tear my inner thigh trying to go as wide as I could. But again, that shows so much mobility issues I have and so much just tight muscles my inner and outer thighs have. That's why something like this is a great accessory movement that people look into in the home gym. So we talk more about this. These handles here, this got these rubber handles here, which are great for you to hold on to when you're doing your different movements with this. Again, you only get 2 movements out of this. And on the sides here, which is a nice feature, I will give them that, is they have steel sleeves instead of plastic sleeves to hold your plates. So I kept all this weight on here just as a realistic, this is what it looks like in my gym. It's never nothing on it. This thing's always stacked up because I actually use it. This is an excellent accessory movement to work my inner and outer thighs. And they say that the weight horns on both sides can hold up to 400 pounds. And then the sleeve on the back where you load your plates holds 300 pounds, which is plenty of weight. Have I tested that? Absolutely not. I'm extremely weak in these exercises, and I don't care to say it. It's because I neglected doing these movements for a long time. What also they done with this too is there's 4 adjustments on the seat pad here. So if you're wanting to go, like, obviously if your body posture, bigger, smaller guy, you have that option. So you feel like you're getting the best range of motion and just comfortability when you're doing the different movements. And the padding, honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a decent thickness of padding, and it's not, it's not extremely thin. It feels pretty comfortable when sitting here, and I really like that it's a wider pad. It's not extremely narrow. I've never physically actually used like the Titan Fitness one, but it looks extremely similar with this. I think it's important. The padding is a little bit wider and it's a little thicker because you don't want to get on a machine. It feels like you're digging your butt and your back into steel. That just sounds like you have to call a chiropractor. You're not going to be able to get out of bed the next day. No, thank you. Two things also to note about this too is the assembly process was not too bad. Steps 1 through 3 were a little difficult by myself. I mean, I would probably recommend getting 2 people to help you with this. It was just a little awkward to get. I don't even know what kind of piece this is. You had to put this whole piece in. You had to line things up, and I was trying to do it by myself. Eventually, I got it, but a little patience goes a long way, guys. But I would definitely recommend 2 people. Probably get this done in under 2 hours easily. Very easy to assemble. Now, obviously, space-wise. Lengthwise, this is a little bit longer because obviously you got your 2 little sections here for your foot pedal. But I mean, widthwise, it doesn't take up too much space widthwise, but it is a little bit longer. But I do like that they keep these things compact because, home gyms most people are not working with a lot of space and they're trying to cram things in and still be able to work and walk around in their gym. So that's nice that it is pretty compact for what it does offer. So let's talk about how does this feel when I'm doing the 2 different movements. Again, hip abduction and abductors. So honestly, it's pretty freaking smooth. It feels honestly really good. I sprayed, my silicone spray. I sprayed around the whole entire machine. It's always nice when you get a new machine just to kind of, make sure it's smooth operating throughout. And dude, I'm not gonna lie, it feels really good. It is nice that you are obviously flexible. You have up to 6 options, but both the movements, it feels really good. And people get weary, I know, and the frame is 16 gauge steel, which honestly, this is the first time I've operated a machine that's that thin gauge of steel. I mean, maybe the other ones I didn't have my fancy Amazon tool like I did in my past videos. When you're doing the 2 movements, you're not literally gonna be crashing and banging and beating the crap out of this. You're probably gonna use this once or twice a week. And most of the time it's probably one person, maybe another person. So I do feel like, build wise, it's gonna last you a pretty long amount of time, even though that gauge of steel is not extremely thick. It's different when you're using a squat rack, when you're putting on a ton of weight against that. Because you gotta think benching and squatting, most people, anyone who's stronger could be putting 225, 315, and you're banging against 16 gauge steel. That can be a huge, huge safety concern. But something like this, I don't think it's as much of a concern because you're not banging up against the side of this. You really just want to make sure the mechanisms and the engineering of the machine, it's smooth and you're doing the movements. And to that aspect, yeah, it definitely is. All right, so let's just do the pros and cons and any feedback I give HVO. So let's just talk about the pros. So I do like that you have your lever here, which allows for 6 different adjustments for different body types. And obviously, so you're able to do your 2 different movements with the 360-degree swivel. I do think the padding on when you're putting your legs here, when you're sitting down in the back pad, is pretty thick padding. It's very comfortable. I don't feel like my knees, my back, my butt is banging into steel. It honestly, the padding, well done. Well done. I will say that. Doing the 2 movements, pretty freaking smooth. This can hold up to 300 pounds. Did I test 300 pounds? No, I can't freaking do that. Are you kidding me? Now, what do I have here? I don't even know if I can even count. Let's say 45, 25, and 3 times. You guys can do the math, and it was difficult for me. So obviously, I stacked a bunch of random weight here, but it's nice that you have that weight capacity. I do also like that they have the steel weight horns. This can hold 400 pounds each side. It says the maximum user someone can weigh 500 pounds to get on this and still use it, which again, I'm 208 pounds, still got a little ways to go, But hey, if we keep eating, Domino's at night, hey, we could get there. Jokes aside. But I do think, that has impressed me. That has. And I think that I really like too is it's a very compact design and can fit multiple different body types with the 4 adjustments here, and then the foot pedal has 2 options there. So it can hit snug in people's corners of gyms, maybe next to a squat rack. And I feel like, someone who's 6 foot, I feel very comfortable sitting on this and doing the movement. The cons of something like this, well, first of all, it's just, there's a lot of just copycats on Temu, and I think this was on like Shein. I don't know. It's just all over the place. Personally, you'll have to let me know in the comments. I just personally buy equipment. I'm going to go through Amazon. I've done through Temu one time. The product was an absolute piece of crap, and the customer service was non-existent. Didn't help me out. I'm good. Personally, I made a poll in my community tab, and thank God everyone said Amazon, because I was like, please, I don't want to deal with Temu. I just have not had good experience. So I do like that this is through Amazon. I will tell them one thing is the powder coat finish is chipped. The aesthetically pleasing looking HVO Fitness hip abductor, adductor is chipping away. Just saying. And another thing too, it's a very specific style of movement, which is not something a lot of people in the home gym are going to want to buy. So this kind of thing might not sell as much as a leg press, a leg extension, leg curl, or even a hip thrust machine, because this is a very specific accessory movement. But I do think there are people out there, especially the older crowd, or someone like me that's had a lot of hip tension and hip stiffness, they look into something like this, which is, in my opinion, for that price, it's affordable. It's honestly, it makes sense. I think it is a good deal for that price. But again, the target audience is going to be very difficult to sell, because a lot of people aren't wanting something like this in the home gym, which is a con in that aspect. So overall, my verdict, honestly, I would recommend this. I think that it has been a really nice staple in my leg day training. It's very smooth. It's very compact. It has not broken down on me yet, and I actually been using it. I've had this for about 6 weeks. I've used it. I've been trying to use it 3 times a week, and so far in that amount of time, it has stayed compact and stayed in good shape. Obviously, the chipping of the powder coat, it is what it is. Still the functionality of the machine is very good, and I do think something like this in the home gym setting, single use maybe of small family, can get some nice use out of this. So if you feel like this video was helpful, you feel like you want to buy something like this, I do have my Amazon link in the description. It is free to you, and your boy, will be so glad that you're supporting the Luke's Garage Gym home gym community, baby. And you guys will have to let me know in the comments what you think of this budget-friendly piece from HVO Fitness. If this is a movement you guys did in the commercial gym or you're looking to do in your home gym, appreciate you guys checking out this video. Can't wait to bring you guys more content soon on Luke's Garage Gym. It's Luke from Luke's Garage Gym. See you guys later.